let me say, a word in defense of reason in dialogue with faith.
Because faith is that proof. Faith unites us to that substance.
But reason, in order to realize its full potential, needs the horizons revealed by and truths contained in the faith. And not just any faith, but the Catholic faith.
Where does the Bible say we should baptize infants? It doesn't specifically say that, but it also doesn't deny it. And it says that whole families came to be baptized. You know, back in those days, the family wasn't quite like it is today because it was more of a patriarchy. If the papa became Christian, everybody became Christian. He didn't go around and ask his kids, do you want to become Christians? I'm the papa. I decided this family's going to be Christians. We're all going to get baptized. And they took their infants as well. It says the whole household was baptized. There's no parenthetical statement that says except anyone under 13 years old. The whole house was baptized. And in the Jewish time, what would have happened if Peter, when he was preaching on the day of Pentecost, and he said, come forward and be baptized, and the Jews brought their whole family, and the mothers brought their infants, and he said, no, how old? 5, nope, can't come in yet, no, they got to be age of reason, they have to be able to believe and be baptized, so you all go step aside. The fathers of these Jewish families would have said, wait a minute, you said this was a new covenant, a better covenant, a stronger covenant. And now the old covenant, we brought our children in, the boys back then. We would circumcise them on the 8th day, and they were Jews. That was the covenant sign. On the 8th day, we bring our boys into the covenant faith of God, and they are Jews. That is the sacrament, so to speak, that the Jews had to bring their children in, and it was 8 days old. They didn't have to wait until they got to be 13. And now you're telling us, Peter, that this new covenant under this Messiah, you have to wait till the kid's 13 to get baptized? This is not a better covenant, and they would have walked away. And plus, he would have said, Peter, you just yourself said in your sermon that this is for you and your children, quoting the prophet Joel. They were intended to be baptized from the very beginning because what was done through circumcision to bring the baby into the Jewish covenant is now done by baptism to bring our children into the Christian covenant. And so at that point, the fathers of the church, what do they say? Very early writings. We have been taught from the apostles that we baptize our old men and our old women, our young men, our young women, our children, and even our infants. This we have learned from the apostles. St. Augustine said, who would be so wicked as to forbid an infant from being born again through baptism? Did you hear that? Who would be so wicked to forbid an infant from being born again through baptism? That is the unanimous teaching of the early church. Never once did anybody object to infant baptism. It is a thundering silence. If anyone spoke against the Trinity, if anyone spoke against the divinity of Christ, if anyone spoke against the Eucharist, they would be in their face with both feet. But no one ever said anything against infant baptism. Why? Because it was the teaching of the apostles. And what church today still baptizes their infants? My church, the Catholic Church.